Yo, people interwebs, what's going on? It's that guy, knotlocks. And I'm here doing another Freeform Friday video, of course. You know what it is, I'm banging them out real quick these days. I'm banging them out harder than a carpenter on a nail. I'm banging them out harder than sausages with mashed potatoes. I'm banging them out harder than the goons in Chicago talking shit to a motherfucker trying to rob their car. I'm crazy, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I know I'm definitely talking about some dreads today, and with it being Freeforms today on the topic, Mr. Joshua Kalev is on the channel. So make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed, because this is the best in freeform content. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what? This video is coming to you on a Friday, and we're just here talking about Mr. Joshua. Joshua has a channel here on the YouTube's, 300 subscribers. You know, he's a little guy trying to show some love out there. So make sure you head over to his channel and subscribe, show some support. Today we're looking at his locks, so let's get right into this video. Alright, so Mr. Joshua Kalev. Don't know where he's from, don't know what he's about, but you know what, he's got some locks on here from 1 year ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this off, and let's get into what his locks are kind of looking like here. Just gonna open up a bunch of these. Alright, so we're here now. Looking at Joshua's locks. So month 1, what do we see? We see that his hair is in the afro shape. Nice spaces, by the way, dude. Those are huge. So yeah, his hair growing into the dread fro. Definitely you see the locks forming already, just naturally. You know, having an afro, your hair is gonna kind of start to knot up a lot quicker than if your hair wasn't in that look. Just going back here real quick. The dread fro goes back to like the Bob Marley look. Definitely takes a lot of patience growing your hair out from the fro. You're gonna become unexpected with the results, probably very surprised as well, but you know, it's a good way to start your hair. Somebody asked me, how do I grow a dread? I mean, how do I grow an afro? And honestly, man, like, that is a question, like, I couldn't even tell you how to grow an afro, because you gotta have it in your blood, you gotta have it in your genes to grow it out. Like, if you have straight hair, you're not gonna be able to grow an afro. So leaving it at that. So this is him at 1 month. Moving forward now to 3 months, we can already see a difference in his locks. You start to see that the naps are becoming more apparent. They're starting to lock up a bit more. This is the beginning stage of Congos, because this is going to be the first set of actual locks happening, and then from there the locks join in again to make a bigger lock, and then they're going to join again to make an even bigger lock, and so eventually you have like less and less dreads on your head. So I mean, he's giving us a cool little 360 here to see the back of his head, and you know what, it resembles Bob Marley's dread fro quite a bit. Pretty impressed. So now to go from 1 to 3 months, you're not going to notice any dreads per se, but you are going to notice your curl pattern starting to show, starting to be more apparent. And once these curls start to show, that's when they're going to start to lock. Like another 3 months down the road, you're going to see a big difference. So I mean, for Joshua here, all he's been doing probably is just washing it and drying it, not separating it, getting a real close-up of his locks happening. And then you're moving on here to the 5 month mark. We might actually see a bit of a difference in his locks. You can see that the curls are starting to show up and lock up quite a bit more, and the top becoming very afro-y underneath his locks. But still, like I said, not much of a difference between the 3 month and the 1 month, besides you see some of these locks on the side becoming more apparent. As we move forward now to another 5 months down the road, now is when you're going to start to see and feel and notice the locks happening. You can see that they've already started to drop down a bit. The top is congoing up real well. Kind of reminds me of that Stan Smith video that I put out on the first Freeform Friday. You're going to notice a lot more congos at this point. So you're going to notice a lot more maturing. People that ask me, how do I start dreads, or why aren't my dreads happening? Why aren't they forming? I'm like, how long have you had them for? They're like, oh, 2 weeks, 1 month. I'm like, dude, there's not enough time. Give them to the 10-month point here like Joshua, and you're going to start to see some results. So please, people, don't start asking me about these dreadlock questions until you're a dedicated dread, until you're in there, you know, for at least 6 months, because that's when you start to get to really notice a difference in your hair. Looking at a nice 360 of him at 10 months, you can actually see at the back how well his curls and locks have started to form. Really singled out actually, but don't be surprised because these will start to Congo up into one big dread, I bet. The top looking pretty well as well, starting to stand up on end. Always a great sign in freeform locks when you get that awkward positioning of your lock standing up. There is a really big Congo I just noticed, like over here. Embrace them at this point, man, because honestly your dreads aren't going to stand up forever like that. So, you know, embrace it while it's happening. It's quirky, it's weird, it's funny. Just let it be. Don't be worried about how they're going to turn out or what people think about your locks, because truthfully it doesn't really matter what people think as long as you appreciate the locks in your head and the journey you're going through. So 15 months here, we're really going to see a big difference. I'm going to see him taking his hair out of his hat. Nice tam, by the way. It looks a little bit small. He probably needs a bigger one now. His hair is getting pretty big, but boom, the Z-locks come out at this point, and you can see now that the dread fro is dropping. The locks are congoed up on the top. Got a little bit more weight to them. They're still standing up on end, but not as much as the afro. Once the fro starts to drop is when you really start to take notice of the locks forming. You can see the little fingers that have formed from the initial locks that have combined and then combined again into bigger ones. They also started to fall forward. I noticed that when they fall forward like that on dread fro first, a lot of people just have their hair falling forward. A lot of people want their hair to go back and grow backwards, but really you gotta let them grow the way they grow. So seeing his locks now at 15 months, you can really see the difference in the texture, in the maturing stage of these locks. So you know, good job. I give it up to you for going this far. I keep on growing them, man, because they're only going to get better from this point out. From this point out, they're only going to get better and better and better. So I mean, there you have it. That was definitely Freeform Friday. Joshua Kalev, probably said his last name wrong, but it's all good. Go to his channel, subscribe, support the dude. Definitely come back over here, support me too. You know, I got videos Monday through Friday, and go check out my vlogs, man. That's what they're there for every single day. I ain't doing this shit for nothing. But anyways, you know, I'm gonna sign off. Make sure you guys stay happy, stay nappy. Knot Nation, salute to y'all because you're the greatest in participation in these dreadlock videos. And you know what? Just keep it going and real nice. I'll see you guys in the next video. One love. Peace.
Yeah. I guess that's it. I love you guys, like I said. And I will see you soon. Peace out.